Getting to the bottom of that just got a whole lot weirder.
I looked at you and said, repeat that. You said, I've got to get to the bottom of that. We have liftoff.
Check out what's coming up on today's episode.
Unless you're dumb.
The argument about whether or not the fluoride should be added to the drinking water with the aim to reducing dental decay has raged for half a century. So this is not an old argument, what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
Yes, piggyback.
Let me piggyback. So that chemical that you're talking about, that what we use in our water, it came from it's called the scrubbing systems of the phosphate fertilizer. What they did is somebody, I'm guessing the government, started buying it, which changed it changed it into a product, so it's not held to the same
The
standard.
FDA now said, "Oh, it's now not a pollutant."
And Jason loves his initials.
I hate the F.
Yeah, so
In the FTC.
the FDA bought it, and they
Why
now
does that
have a use
label?
for it.
Just
So
that's their go-to.
that's it. They're
Isn't
like,
it?
be aware, there's people that say this is bad, but they're crazy.
There's
and
a lot of freaks out there.
that's
Here's
all they,
bad.
Here, put this liquid nitrogen down your stomach. So dumb.
Some people will say it's bad, but they're conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a Simpson episode.
So Mike Adams, he's an editor of Natural News. He stated that fluoride is a clever way for industries to eliminate toxic industrial waste without having to pay for handling industrial waste. So they just slap a new label on it, call it fluoride, sell it to cities, and then cities dump it into the water supply.
Boom.
That's insane.
That's double dipping right there, man.
That's insane.
Wow.
Dude.
That's crazy. That's not true.
That's true.
I don't want to believe it. bro.
Okay, check
Listen,
this out.
We got it from two different sources.
I don't
Check
want to
this
believe
out.
that. That's
In 2007,
so we're bathing in toxic waste.
Yeah,
So how?
Well-
so did we? Like you said, we can't escape this.
can't escape it.
well, it's the,
So what do
it's-
we do?
It's
We're just gonna be just.
Hey, it's just a little bit. It's just
It's
a little bit.
It's a little bit over everything that we have.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, I think you control what you can control. You stop getting, fluoride-free toothpaste. There's a start.
That's it.
Nice Man Enterprises exclusively presents a talk show that will get to the bottom of things once and for all. And now here's your host for Let's Get to the Bottom of That, three weirdos on a mic.
What's up, my conspiracy nuts? Welcome into another edition of Let's Get to the Bottom of That. Who can talk today? I can't. I have with me in studio Jason and Joey, the two J's, the other two that make up the three weirdos on a mic. Woo. What's up, fellas?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
What's up?
Japan is back.
Yeah.
Or is that Chinese?
No, it's Japanese.
It is Japanese. Okay. For a while there, we could have all spoken Japanese
Yeah,
if Pearl Harbor would have went a different way.
exactly.
Here comes the
But then we dropped that A-bomb.
Have
dude.
we were talking about that, right? The other day, the A-bomb?
We did.
I went and I didn't know. I don't know if I watched the same doc that you watched, but I watched one. And it kind of, I think it was the same one because it broke down what you were talking about
Yeah.
the A-bomb and how Japan didn't want to let the war go. They didn't want to surrender,
Yeah.
even though Hitler was already like, "Oh, I'm running, I'm killing myself."
Well, yeah, Hitler already killed himself at that
Yeah.
point in time, and Japan was
And
like,
Japan was like,
Wait. Quote unquote.
Yes.
killed
Yeah.
himself.
He actually went to Antarctica.
He's probably in Tahiti.
Or Tahiti, yeah.
I think he went to Argentina and then he went to Antarctica.
Oh, that's right, because it's connected.
Yeah. That
They
checks
have
out.
underground bases.
Yeah. Then we dropped that A-bomb. Harry Truman, Independence Mo, baby.
Yeah,
Dropped it like it was hot. Game over.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Nagasaki, is that right?
Yeah. Hiroshima.
And Hiroshima. Did I say that right?
Hiroshima.
I think so. Someone's going to correct us
Yeah, please do.
at some point.
Today is episode 50,000. Not sure what episode it is, but we're talking about fluoride in the water. That's
Yeah.
today's episode.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing, in my opinion.
This is a hot topic.
My teeth haven't been so great in
In years?
years.
Yeah. Have you noticed any white spots on your teeth, man?
No, dude.
It's correlated. correlated.
Well,
I've noticed a lot of cavities though.
here's what. Wow, it's
I'm
not
just
working.
eating fluoride, man. What are you talking about?
Well, today we're talking about fluoride in the water because fluoride is in the water,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about
Case closed.
how it got there, why is it there, and why should we care if it's there?
Yeah,
Because this battle has been raging for decades.
sure. I mean, I just listened to
This battle's been raging.
probably about a year ago, a little segment on NPR, which I don't do anymore.
NPR.
And they had a lady on there talking about why they put fluoride in the water.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What'd she say?
She said it's for your teeth. It's good for you. It doesn't harm you. Blah 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 blah. All these things where I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I have fluoride at not ingest, but I use fluoride at the dentist, and my toothpaste has fluoride, and I'm translucent.
Yeah.
So
And I like
And she said,
Funyuns.
and it turns the frogs gay.
yeah. So I'm fine with it. Fluoride, yay.
Um,
But now you guys are telling me that it's wrong. It's bad. It's evil.
Wait, what should I believe?
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Yeah. Tell me who's doing this to me.
Well, we're going to get into that, and then you can make up your own mind.
Okay.
You can make up a decision based on the information that we have. Because we're just basically getting to the bottom of
Yeah.
the information that we have.
What is
Like I said,
fluoride?
it's been going on for decades.
Why is fluoride?
Yeah.
Who
Who
is
is
fluoride?
fluoride?
Who is fluoride? I don't know.
Where is fluoride?
When?
When is fluoride?
We covered it. You got to go. All right.
All right, that's it.
It's your favorite.
It is really.
That is
It
your
just
favorite
makes
one.
sense.
I mean,
Should I use another?
No, not the laugh track. No, you guys got to. There we go.
Okay.
That one's good.
There's fluoride.
There it is.
I've got a lot. I should go to the Biden one. That's my favorite one too.
That's a good one. It's
And the
fitting.
cackling Kamala. Oh, speaking of Biden, I don't know if I get off topic a lot, but the indictment of Trump. Here's another one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look,
whether you love him or
listen,
hate him,
listen.
wait, love him or hate him, love Trump, hate Trump, whether you want him in office or you don't want him in office, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, everybody knows when you make somebody a martyr, it doesn't bode well
It
for the other camp.
polarizes
Yes, it doesn't bode well for the other camp that doesn't want them to be, glorified, and they're doing that.
and what's funny is he's calling that out. Did you hear what he said
No,
in Montgomery? He was like, "Hey, did y'all hear? I just got another indictment. My polls went up."
yeah,
He said, "All I need is one more, and this thing is sealed.
And
Just
it's
one
done.
more indictment. The presidency's mine."
yeah,
Of course, it was tongue in cheek, but he's right.
he is right.
That's how it happens. It's good.
That's a
publicity.
yeah, negative
Okay.
or positive.
I'm going to put all these show notes, of course, in our blog on bottomofthat.com. The biggest site that I went to is called fluoridealert.org. You can find tons of information here. A lot of information that I have written or I'm going to talk about is from a documentary called The Great Culling. And we just talked about that in our last episode. The Great Culling's talking about depopulation. And it's called Our Water. Another book that I reference is Fluoride, Drinking Ourselves to Death by Barry Groves. And then The Fluoride Deception by Christopher Bryson. Okay, let's get into it. I'll put all these references in the show notes. So let's just start at the top here. Florida's, I'm going to mess this up too. Florida's, help me.
Fluoride.
Where you at?
I'm at the first word.
Fluoridation.
Thank you.
Wow.
Where's Mike?
Reading is hard, man.
Yeah, fluoridization of water has been used for the prevention of tooth decay, as
Right.
you mentioned, Jason,
Right.
for over 50 years.
Okay.
During this time, little research has been done to ascertain whether it works or not.
I still have cavities.
Let's just do it, right? The chemicals used are classified as toxic industrial waste.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yet no study has ever been conducted into the safety for human consumption. At the same time, research has uncovered serious side effects, including deaths, cancer, skeletal fluorosis, osteoporosis, dementia, lower IQ, kidney damage, and even increased dental
So it does
decay.
the opposite.
It seems like there's a lot more that it does.
Wait. So they're saying it. Wait, let's back this up.
Okay, go ahead.
They're saying they're spinning it off as though, oh yeah, this protects your teeth. It helps you from cavities, from decay, but it does the opposite.
Right.
Well, that was the big thing, is they did it for, I think it started in Colorado. I don't know if you have that.
Oh, you mean the first time?
Yeah.
No, it was in
so.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, I was wrong.
In 1945.
1945.
That was the first time they put it in public water.
But they started doing it for the thought process was the poor kids for their dental health. Since they didn't have good habits or they didn't have a lot of money, so that we'll put some fluoride in the water to help them with their teeth.
Yeah, they called it mottled teeth, MOTTLED, mottled, which was kind of unsightly, a little brown, a little decay. And they said that it was because of diet, because they were poor.
Yeah.
Of course, the rich people had money to get to buy food, right? So the kids were not eating as much, and they were probably eating the bad stuff, all the starches, all the sugar that the rich people could afford not to eat. They could eat healthy food. That was the cause of the mottled teeth. Of course, when they saw this, they were like, hey, we got to do something with the kid. Hey, let's put something in the water.
Yeah, let's add some fluoride in there. let's toke it up.
Let's toke it up. So strongly opposed throughout the world, water fluoridation is far less widely accepted than its proponents would have us to believe.
And you said this was in Michigan?
That's when it first started.
Flint.
No, not Flint.
Oh man.
Wow, Flint. Yeah.
Michigan has
that
decades of water issues.
What just happened in Flint? That's recent.
Yeah.
Was that the train? Water. The train that overturned and went in the rivers?
Something's always happening in Flint. It feels like it's that they're that city or that town in Stranger Things that something's always happening.
Right. There's something coming up out of the ground.
What's that called? Town called?
Oh, come on.
It's
in Stranger Things?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
never seen it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
It's a two-namer. It's like such and such.
I know we're gonna. All right.
Anyway.
Reel it back.
Let's see.
Wait.
Where was I? Only 2. Okay. Only 2% of the people in Western Europe have their water fluoridated. Almost all of them within Britain and Ireland. Despite all of this, dental organizations lobby governments to compel everyone to ingest fluoride, whether they want it or not, and without regard to possible harm. The vast majority of dentists maintain that fluoride is not debatable. The fluoride put in drinking water has never been shown to be safe. Suggested adverse effects of ingesting fluoride include dental. I already mentioned this. I don't know why I got
you just doubled.
It just doubled up.
Whoopsie daisy.
The argument about whether or not the fluoride should be added to the drinking water with the aim to reducing dental decay has raged for half a century. So this is not an old argument, what we're talking about right here. The fluorides put in public drinking water and in toothpaste are toxic industrial waste. So these are hazardous pollutants that, under circumstances other than water fluoridation, are very strictly controlled. Okay, so any other time it would be like, hey, put a hazmat suit on. So Dr. William Hersey, he worked at the EPA headquarters in D.C. He pointed this out to people like, if this stuff gets in the air, it's a pollutant. If it gets into a river, it's a pollutant. If it gets into a lake, they consider it a pollutant.
Can I piggyback off?
But if it goes straight into your drinking water, all of a sudden it's not a pollutant.
Yeah.
Yes, piggyback.
Let me piggyback off of that real quick, dude. So that chemical that you're talking about, what we use in our water, it came from it's called the scrubbing systems of the phosphate fertilizer company. Okay.
That's right.
So for hundreds of years, this industry, what you said, polluted the environment. So they made them put a wet scrubber. So they were just putting this fluoride out before this happened. Then this guy came out and said this. So they made them put a wet scrubber to remove the hydrogen fluoride and silicone tetrafluoride from basically their stuff, which makes, and I made this, it says it makes hexafluorosilicic acid, which is that pollutant that you guys are talking about.
Right.
So it's a pollutant. Everyone knows it's a pollutant.
Put your
it's in
hazmat
the water.
on. Yeah.
But what they did is somebody, I'm guessing the government, started buying it, which changed it changed it into a product, so it's not held to the same standards.
FDA now said, "Oh, it's now not a pollutant."
And Jason loves his initials.
I hate the F.
Yeah, so
In the FTC.
the FDA bought it, and they now have a use for it. So, which I thought was interesting.
Here's what I think's interesting, and this is what I was going to ask you guys. This is a question for the group. Now, when I wrote this question, I didn't realize that you couldn't take fluorine out of the water.
Fluoride.
They're kind of the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
They're both compounds. We'll get into that.
Okay.
What incentives would a water filtration company have for selling you a product you need your home to get clean water?
Bottled water.
I don't know.
Wait, say that again?
I mean, what incentive? Why would a company start up? What would they need? What would have to happen in order for them to go, hey, you need this filtration?
They
would need to have what kind of water in the home?
Reverse osmosis.
Bad water.
Right. And that's why
Something you need to filter, right?
bottled water. I mean, that's why we have bottled water. That's
Yeah,
why we have.
BPA.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we do all that. They had a problem like selling canned air. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who does that? That's the same concept.
It is really. So that's what I was saying. Is there a balance or? It's
Well,
like
They start the problem to make a solution.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get at. My company is profitable because you have a problem that I'm solving. But wink, wink, we don't want you to go away.
So here's the deal with water filtration. Again, being in my line of work.
Oh, here we go.
The filtration systems that's going to be like your whole house filter is not going to filter out fluoride.
Right.
The only things that will filter fluoride out are like reverse osmosis. Or
How do you do that?
distilling. That's like a series of basically filters. So what a lot of people don't know is, we got fluoride in our water. Let's just put in reverse, like a whole house reverse osmosis system.
Yeah.
Reverse osmosis is corrosive to copper.
Ooh.
So if you put it on your plumbing system, it'll eat through
You're
the
done?
pipes. Yeah, it'll eat through the
But
pipes.
most houses now.
What about
don't-
PVC?
Yeah,
Most houses what are you talking about?
because my house is an older house, right?
Yeah.
And I have
Copper?
copper pipes. But
Yeah.
most houses nowadays, don't they have PVC?
Some of them will have either
probably
like
got
PEX
PVC.
or like a Wiersbo, which is just plastic lining. But a lot of the fittings, a lot of the rings, they still have metal.
Gotcha.
And that's why whenever you have like a reverse osmosis system put in, you have to run like plastic lines and stuff to it. So, and then on top of that too, it wastes a ridiculous amount of water. I can't remember the amount,
Really?
per gallon that you waste. It's dumping
Sheesh.
because it has to filter it through all these series of filters. So you would be wasting tons and tons. of
Okay,
water.
so what's the alternative to not getting reverse osmosis?
Rainwater.
Spring water.
Can't do that.
Can't do
Can't do rainwater.
in Johnson County?
Well, in the county that we live in, no. It's illegal.
Can't do it. Spring waters, well water,
What about distilled?
Distilled's a good one, but again,
Distilled that's actually no fluoride, right?
yeah,
Okay.
which that's boiling down the water and then basically catching the steam and then having it collect into a container. So there's not really like a
Sounds
whole
illegal.
house. There's not really like a whole house filtration company that will make something that would work for this.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's what I'm
Well,
saying. That's a dumb question.
Well,
You've been plumbered.
you're off the show.
Yeah, you're done.
Well, I thought it was a fun fact that the market size of the water purifying market in 2021 was 5.85 billion, and is projected to grow to 6.12 in 2022. We already saw that, and is going to get 9.10 billion by 2029. So it's not a small business
No.
No,
filtering water.
it's not.
Okay, let's go over some quick facts here. I'm not going to go over 64 studies. You can go, I'm going to link the website where you can go look at that, but I'll give you a few. But there have been some studies linked with fluoride and reducing the IQ in children.
Yeah.
Okay. As of July 18th, 2022, a total of 85 human studies have investigated the relationship between fluoride and human intelligence. Of these investigations, 76 have reported that elevated fluoride exposure is associated with reduced IQ in humans.
Yeah. What I read, to piggyback off you again.
Please, piggy.
So
I wish I had a piggyback sound, like a pig.
I don't even know how you do that. So
Perfect.
Got it. Nailed it.
What I read is 1.5 milligrams a day drops basically your IQ 5 points.
What?
Which, yeah, that was one of the studies. It says which halves the numbers of geniuses and doubles the number of mentally handicapped in America. It's making us stupid, basically.
Wow.
Yep.
This is just one aspect.
Exactly. It says, and here's the other thing that I read. With children, like if you are bottle feeding your kid with tap water, those effects are irreversible because it's a neurotoxin. It doesn't go anywhere. It says that children bottle fed with tap water get 175 times the amount of fluoride than a mother that breastfeeds their kid. 175 times.
Dang.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, kids.
Well, dude, I didn't know. We bottle fed my son, and I'm like, dang. And he was kind of a little bit of slow to speech. He's like, it's that dang fluoride.
Dag blast it.
It's that 5 IQ points.
Toxins?
They're not coming back. They're gone.
Okay, we can get them back.
Yeah. But anyway, continue on.
Okay, let's piggyback. Well, anyway, we know it. You can go read all the studies. That's just a bullet point of some of the things that detailed with fluoride and IQ. Here's some more facts. 97% of Western Europe has rejected this.
Yeah.
They have no water, fluoride. It's not a nutrient. Not sure if you knew that.
Yeah. It's
So
not good
when
for
you do your toothpaste, do not swallow that stuff. By the way, if you look on the back of the package, there is a number for the Poison Control Center.
I knew that. Yeah.
I love
Which
the
is
taste,
kind
though.
of weird, isn't it? How much stuff we allow go.
It is kind of weird because they
Poison,
flavor.
whatever. Isn't that weird?
They flavor kids' toothpaste is like bubble gum and grape, and
Yeah.
as a kid,
who's not going to swallow that?
you're eating it by the tube.
Right here, it says many children have now exceeded recommended daily fluoride intake, not from the water, but just toothpaste.
Just eating it up.
I told
Yeah.
my kids that's why you shouldn't brush, kids. Don't brush.
I'm sure there's something out there like some kind of.
You can use charcoal.
Problem solved, man. But
Well, I mean, if you don't want to use toothpaste, you can use charcoal.
That's true. You can do something.
Yeah. No, seriously, it will clean your teeth.
they make fluoride-free toothpaste.
They do?
Yeah, I got it. We are
Dude, yes.
mostly fluoride-free family.
Okay, good.
This is my wife's war on fluoride, dude. We don't have.
When
any-
did this happen?
We've been like this for a while.
Wow, this is your topic, dude.
This is my
You didn't
topic.
tell me that was this much on fire. I just thought you were.
Well, I didn't know. So we were until we started researching this.
And was your wife like, what? Y'all talking about fluoride? My gosh.
No, we just knew it was bad, but I never really looked into depth of until you start researching stuff.
And you're like, why is these people trying to kill me?
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was a neurotoxin before, but I didn't realize it physically drops your IQ. It's irreversible in kids. It's responsible for. They actually used to give it to people back in the day for people with hyperthyroidism, like their thyroid was working too fast, to basically dumb it down, to slow it down. That's why there's millions upon millions of women with hypothyroidism. Their thyroid's not working properly anymore in America. So it's like you start reading all this stuff. I'm like, dude, we need a distiller. I mean, we
need to get to the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, dig a well.
Yeah.
But the bad part about it is, from what I was reading, there's not really there's no way to escape it because the restaurants we go to, they're cooking with tap water.
Hey, that is a great point, because if you go to a restaurant, you know how we'll drink these bottled waters, right?
Yeah.
And I'll go to a restaurant and they usually bring out regular the waters up front. Here's your
Yeah.
waters, and then you're going to order something else. And I always ask them, is this tap water? Is this filtered? And it's never filtered.
Yeah. If you go to a fancy restaurant, they,
It may. I always get a
bottles.
sparkling water or a soda water, and they'll bring out a bottle, or it'll be from the bar, from the.
But even that filter's not getting the fluoride
Yeah.
out of it. That's what I'm saying.
Which
takes
one?
Oh
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
They're using a
But
carbon
I'm just saying for
filter.
nasty water,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
even the taste,
That's true.
the tap water.
Yeah.
I used to drink water out of a hose when I was a kid.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I did too.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Well, wait a minute. I forgot. I was living on a farm. We had a pump.
So you had a well.
Yeah,
Straight
That
up
was
sure
good
did.
water.
So that was, matter of fact, my dad dug that, and because we had a river that ran underneath.
That's fantastic.
It's underground rivers
Yeah.
that you can tap into.
Underwater springs.
And he found it. I forgot what they call that thing. It's a stick, looks like a Y, and you hold it,
I know what you're talking about.
and you can walk over it. And the stick,
witching rods.
Yeah,
dude.
you have to make it. It has to be green.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be dead, and the stick will bend toward the water that's flowing under the. I was like, wow, this is
Oh, I
magic.
thought-
This is
yeah.
black magic, dude. What's happening
What
here?
is that called?
And he
That's
was like-
something different than I'm talking about. That's gonna.
Is
drive
it a
me crazy.
divining rod?
I think that might be it. Witching rods is like when you walk across the rods will cross as you like.
I've heard that too.
I've
Maybe
used
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. What am I? I'm like a wishbone or something.
No, that's a real thing too.
It is okay.
I've
Yeah, I
never
thought
used
so.
it, but I've used.
Yeah,
that
so I
witching
watched
rod.
my dad do it, and it was like, well, here's the water. We're digging right here. Okay,
witchcraft. Dude.
thanks. Yeah,
Witchcraft.
thanks. But he was a Baptist preacher, so
Yeah,
we were
that
good.
checks out, man. That checks out.
Okay, let's talk about. I'm going to go some frequently asked questions in a minute, and then we're going to go to our actual local water filtration plant off of their website and see
Yeah.
what they think of fluorine.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to real quickly talk about fluorine. What is it? Because Jason was wondering.
What is it?
It's a member of the halogen group of elements.
Copy.
Okay. So elements, it's the 13th most common element. Now, the most reactive of all, halogen, and it's a deadly poison.
Okay.
So it doesn't exist in nature.
Right.
Shall I copy that?
Gotcha.
On its own, but it's found only in compounds, which is fluorides, with other elements. Calcium fluoride is the most common, as fluorine has a particular strong affinity for calcium. Now, fluorine gas is very irritating and very dangerous to the eyes, skin, lungs. Fluorine gas at low concentrations make your eyes and nose hurt. At higher concentration, it becomes hard to breathe. Exposure to higher concentration of fluorine can cause death due to lung damage. And of course, nobody's going to walk into a bunch of gas fluorine. That's just dumb, unless you have a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Symptoms due to fluoride toxicity include respiratory arrest, cardiac depression, vomiting, diarrhea, and salivation. Okay. In humans, the lethal dose has been reported in the range of 40 to 80 milligrams.
How would you like to be that guy, man?
Okay. That's the lethal dose. Now, how much fluoride can harm you? A fluoride content of 0.7 ppm, and
Parts per million.
thank you, I was like wondering what ppm meant, is now considered the best for dental health.
Nice.
A concentration that is above 4.0 ppm could be hazardous. Exposure to high concentrations of fluoride during childhood when teeth are developing can result in mild dental fluorosis. Okay, that being said,
Mm-hmm.
4.0 could be hazardous.
Right.
Why would I even want to take this at a lower dose?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like putting rat poison in my M&M bowl. Are you okay? I didn't know it, but now that I know it, are you still going to eat the M&Ms
They're pretty delicious. I do like some M&Ms.
with the rat poison?
Well, and it's a neurotoxin, so it doesn't go anywhere. You know, so it just builds up in your brain. Makes you dumb.
Yeah,
I feel like I've lost 5 IQ over the course of my life. I feel like as a
I feel
kid,
like I lost it since the show started.
yeah, it's true.
Okay, like you mentioned, Joey, earlier, during the last years of the 19th century, inhabitants of several areas of the USA had mottled teeth. Okay. And that's where they were like the enamel. We now call it fluorosis, which is basically saying they're having tooth decay. They said that it was caused by calcium fluoride in the drinking water. Not sure why they wrote it like that, but I was like, when I wrote this down, I was like, how did this get in the drinking water? I don't know. So although the condition was unsightly because children with it tended to have fewer decayed teeth, it was not long before it was suggested that calcium fluoride might be the agent responsible for conferring protection against dental decay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the idea came from. So
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
yeah, in 1945, Grand Rapids, that's where they started it. The case for putting fluorine in the drinking water simply rests on this right here. Systemic fluoride helps to prevent tooth decay in children up to age of 12. That's the case right there.
Supposedly.
That's the case. That's why we put it in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, like Joey mentioned earlier, this is 1945. They were actually putting sodium chloride in the water. Today, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Because they're using something called...
They put calcium chloride now.
I'm sorry, it was... Did I say sodium or calcium?
You said sodium.
Okay, so they used to use sodium fluoride, which they got from the aluminum industry. But today, they use the mineral coming from the phosphate fertilizer industry, which Joey mentioned.
I'll be darned. Our notes matched up.
It's a byproduct of toxic waste.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
So here's what's happening. So the fluoride is bound to silica, which is called fluorosilica acid. This is actually on the tubs that they have, and they're all hazmated suit up.
Yeah, which is the pollutant. We are dumping it in the water stream. They're like, let's dump it in the water.
It's like a Simpson episode.
Yeah.
So Mike Adams, he's an editor of Natural News. He stated that fluoride is a clever way for industries to eliminate toxic industrial waste without having to pay for handling industrial waste. So they just slap a new label on it, call it fluoride, sell it to cities, and then cities dump it into the water supply.
Boom.
That's insane.
That's double dipping right there, man.
That's insane.
Yeah, wow.
Dude.
That's crazy. That's not true.
That's true.
I don't want to believe it.
Okay,
bro.
check
Listen,
this out.
We got it from two different sources.
I don't
Check
want to
this
believe
out.
that. That's...
Hi, this is Byron Dice. I would like to take a moment to speak to anyone that has thought about creating a podcast, or you're currently a podcaster using another hosting account. Spotify's got a platform that lets you create your own podcast super easy, then distribute it everywhere that podcasts are heard. And you can even earn some money along the way. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and they will host your podcast completely free. Did I mention it was free? Also, the real-time analytics on how your episodes are performing are simply amazing. Spotify has built a platform where the creator is their top priority. So if you're thinking about creating a podcast, or you're currently podcasting and paying for your hosting account somewhere else, I highly recommend you give Spotify for Podcasters a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app, or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started today. In 2007,
So we're bathing in toxic waste?
Yeah.
So how?
Well-
so did we? Like you said, we can't escape this.
Can't escape it.
well, it's the,
So what do
it's-
we do?
It's
We're just gonna be just.
Hey, it's just a little bit. It's just
It's
a little bit.
It's a little bit over everything that we have.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, I think you control what you can control. You stop getting, fluoride-free toothpaste. There's a start.
That's it. That's basically all I can do, because I'm bathing in it when I go to a restaurant.
Okay, have no fear. Okay, I'm gonna go to Water Systems website, so they may help your fears. Okay?
Here's what you can-
Hopefully
They
our
may make you
local-
feel better.
Here's what we can do. Oh, you're going to go there. Well, we'll
Yeah,
wait.
they may
We'll
make
wait.
you feel better on their website.
Our local
Yes.
governments water system?
Yes.
Okay.
Some
I trust them.
some
I think
cities, which you guys can look online. I was able to look up Missouri's. Some cities do not add fluoride to their water.
That's true.
Some don't.
Some don't.
So
And
move to those cities.
maybe ours doesn't.
Ours does. I checked.
I'm about to go to their website and
Ours does. I have a
Hey,
picture.
they feel good about it.
Actually, I
Jason.
pulled up Missouri. I can't pull up.
They
you
feel
guys.
good about it.
Okay, let's
I'm
see
about
what they
to-
say.
I'm about to-
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm feeling that they wouldn't do that to me.
Hold on. Okay, 2007, Amesbury, Massachusetts. Okay. They shut down their fluoride pumps for about over a year because they had powder in buckets. It was powder. Okay. And it came from, guess where? China. They bought
The Chinese.
because it was cheap. They bought it from China. Now, for about a year, they shut the fluoride pumps down because they kept finding additives in the powder that was like caked up at the bottom and it wasn't soluble. So most of it, when they dump it in, it's soluble and it turns, it just goes to water. But there was all this residue in the bucket
Left
that
over
was not
cocaine.
soluble. And the plant managers were going, I don't know what the heck this stuff is. So they shut it down until they could find out what the Chinese were putting in this powder.
So they're saying, we're going to pollute this water system, but we can't put this other stuff in there. We don't know what this. Put this pollutant,
Right.
and not this stuff.
This
from the
stuff turns to
Chinese.
water, but this stuff's not moving.
Yeah,
I
it
don't-
must be really bad.
That's concentrated cancer. Right
I'll
there.
have to go back and find out because this made national headlines. I'm not sure if they're back up and running yet, but that was very interesting because I actually saw inside the bucket and it was this white goop. It was nasty. And I was like, dude, what? First of all, you're working at a plant and you're pouring stuff into water. How does that make you feel?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I know you got a job, you got to feed the kids,
I don't know, man.
but dude,
And a lot of times the amount they're putting in is like, who knows? Who knows how much fluoride they're even dumping in?
It makes me think of like when I used to make Kool-Aid and I just dump the sugar into, and I'm like, that's not enough. And it keep on going.
2 cups minimum.
You're going to love this next part because not only is Amesbury buying powdered chlorine from China, guess who has banned fluoride in their drinking water?
The Chinese.
China.
They said, we'll sell it to you Americans, but we don't want it.
Here's a list of countries that have banned. They don't put fluoride in their water. China, Austria, Belgium, Finland, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Hungary, and Japan.
So leave America. That's our option. There you go, Jason.
These countries have come forward. Yeah, you were asking who's doing this. These countries have come forward. They said it's not effective, it's toxic, and it should not be used in water. So why? Here's the kicker here. 73% of our country is drinking this stuff. 73% of cities across America are doing fluoride. Now, there's only 8 countries in the world today with water with over 50% of the population. United States, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Israel, Singapore, Malaysia, and Colombia. Those are the ones that put fluoride in the water.
Wow.
Now, here's another kicker here. Hydrofluoric acid. This is what the actual label is on the tubs that they're dumping in the water supply. This stuff eats through glass, steel, titanium bricks, just about anything. They had a
body?
huge, probably. They had this huge spill with this stuff. It tumped over, hit the ground. It was melting the concrete. It was a whole hazmat
shut it
thing.
down.
Yeah, everybody was in there scrubbing with, and I was like, but you're putting that in the water?
Wow.
Just why? Why are they doing it, dude?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Here's another history here, just to let you know, because I know how you trust government, Jason.
Right.
1969.
It's a good year.
There's this
Is it the
thing-
summer?
This thing called
In the
Yes.
summer?
69.
All
Great
right.
song. Brian Ain't Canadian, by the way.
That's the year we faked the moon landing, wasn't it? 1969? All right.
And that's probably why he wrote that song.
Yeah.
There's this organization called the World Health Assembly.
Who?
The World Health Assembly.
Oh, not the
The WHA.
not the what?
Not the WHO.
Okay.
They passed a resolution recommending member states to put fluoride in the water. Now, the WHA further called upon the Director General of the WHO, the WHO, World Health Organization, to encourage research. They wanted him to research into the causation of tooth decay. So I want y'all to go out and do some studies, and I want y'all to find out if tooth decay, if fluoride actually at optimal levels is going to help people with tooth decay. Go do some research, and let's come back in 5 years. Give me the report, and then we'll discuss if this needs to be a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
Okay? So 1974, the executive board apparently noted that after 5 years, nothing was done by the director of the WHO. But they still presented a report to the 28th WHA in 1975. When the report was presented, the most fundamental question of what intake of fluoride, if any, was optimal was not addressed and remained unanswered. The report contained no new research into the causes of dental decay, nor did it contain anything other research subjects that the 1969 Assembly had proposed. Basically, they didn't do anything. Right. They said, hey, go research it stuff. And then they came back and they didn't do anything. So there was no research as to how fluoride can affect or not affect tooth decay.
Yeah, I have this in my notes as what I was reading online is a lot of doctors and stuff. They're not even taught really any of this stuff.
Right.
The effects. The only thing that they're taught is that there's a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding it.
What?
That's it.
Why does that label that's their go-to?
That's it. They're like, be aware there's people that say this is bad, but they're crazy.
There's a lot of freaks out there.
That's
Here's bad.
Here, put this liquid nitrogen down your stomach. It's so dumb.
Some people will say it's bad, but they're conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Come on.
Well,
it's ridiculous. Despite
the shortcomings of them not reporting correctly, the World Health Assembly passed a resolution, the preamble, which stated that sufficient information had already been obtained about the safety and effectiveness of the fluorides as a method to prevent dental decay. No, you didn't. Basically, they lied.
Yeah.
They passed this proposal anyway. So the Assembly recommended that the WHO should start promoting approved methods for the prevention of dental decay, especially by optimization of fluorides in the content of water supply, and Bob's your uncle. And here we are today.
Yeah.
So now we know what fluoride was, why they were trying to do it, how they botched it up, and why it's in our water today, and why people believe, oh, it's a good thing. It prevents tooth decay. No, there's been no studies.
None.
That it prevents tooth decay. Matter of fact, check this out. Speaking of tooth decay, check this out. I got some studies for you. British Columbia has the lowest rates of tooth decay in Canada.
Okay.
Lowest. Yet only 11% of the population lives in an area with fluoride in the water.
It's because of the fluoride in their toothpaste, though.
Right. Is that what that is? Yes.
We
got them somehow.
Yeah. Boom.
Compared with 40 and 70% in the rest of Canada. But the real kicker is the lowest rates of tooth decay are found in the area of British Columbia that is not fluoridated at all.
Fluoridated.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
So there's your study. It doesn't work.
It's fake news.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jason loves some fake news.
British Columbia. I bet there are a bunch of Republicans up there.
And somebody else is going to go, well, that was just one thing. No, I've got another study.
Okay.
Hang on to your seats. The largest study on fluoridation. Say that for me. Fluoridation.
See, now I can't say
Fluoridation?
Fluoridation.
The largest study on fluorine
Okay.
and tooth decay ever undertaken was performed in India. Now, I don't understand this right here. And I wrote this. I got this from the book. Doctors, it said DRS, SPS, and M. Totetia. I don't even know what that means.
Those are the names.
SPS?
Cephus.
Unreal.
M. Totetia.
Anyway, some doctors, largest study. They looked at the teeth of over 400,000 students. Could you imagine that?
Wow.
They discovered 27% increase in tooth decay with a 1 ppm fluoride increase in the drinking water.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a third of the areas that were wholly fluoridated. Fluoridated. Thank you. See, somebody's going to comment on this.
Florida.
Byron's an idiot. A third partially had fluorine, and a third was not fluoridated at all.
Fluoridated.
Yeah. The conclusion was that there was no significant difference in dental decay between the areas that had fluorine and the ones that were not. No difference at all. There's your study. University of Arizona study, 1992, found that more fluoride a child drinks, the more cavities appear in the teeth.
Wow.
So it's obvious from just these few studies that the fluoride is not an effective way to stop tooth decay.
But we're using it because of these companies' excess waste that they don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
So this is just an easy
Oh, they know
way.
what to do with it.
Oh, yeah. Give it to the children.
Give it to the kids. And that's one thing that I read up on was kind of a sign that you're having too much fluorine, I guess, is a lot of studies say that you'll basically have white spots that'll show up on your teeth, like you've ever seen people with, they'll have like a white section of the front.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, I've had that.
That's fluorine. That's because of fluorine.
Oh, I thought they just brushed in one spot.
Nope.
No, it just kind of sat there, just got on the tooth.
Nope.
Broke through the enamel.
That is a sign that they've had too much.
Wow.
Right there. Yeah. Keep
Okay.
that in mind. So when you see them showing up, you're drinking too much tap.
Yeah, just put it down.
You got to distill it.
Put it down.
Just hand him a water bottle. Here you go, bro.
Move to China.
You'll thank me later.
China.
the
Chinese.
The water's better there, man.
Hey, speaking of tap, I wonder the beer. There's water in there, right?
It's distilled.
I think it's distilled, right?
Boom, got it.
So is whiskey.
They say that on the package, right?
Bathe in beer. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, here we go. This is from water1.org. This will make you feel good, okay? This is from their website. This is where our water system resides. The oral health benefits of fluoride can be traced to the early 1900s when a dentist discovered that a water supply naturally high in fluoride decreased the occurrence of cavities in his patients. What?
They're taking some.
Wait a minute.
Some dude from the 1900s.
I
from
thought
the early
we just had
1900s.
some studies.
That was from 94.
Okay.
This one from the early 1900s is way more.
Subsequent studies in the 1930s found a very small amount of fluoride, around 1.0 parts per million, was optimal for the prevention of cavities.
Which you just said that wasn't the case.
Nope.
Your last sentence.
That's right.
They're lying to us. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so and they mentioned 1945 was in Grant, City Rapids. Many cities added to their water treatment process plants. Now, for over 50 years, the American Dental Association has endorsed fluoridation of community water supplies as a safe and effective measure for preventing tooth decay. As the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention state, quote, CDC, community water fluoridation.
Yeah.
Florida.
Florida.
DeSantis.
Disney.
Fluorine is safe and effective in preventing tooth decay, and it has been identified by the CDC as one of the 10 great public health achievements of the 20th century.
Oh, they're slapping their hands together like
What
heck yeah.
the heck?
I'll say for what the hell?
CDC?
Jeez.
They did it, man. They cured tooth decay.
Community
And created
water.
cancer.
Fluorine
All in the
remains the
same.
model. See, it remains the model for okay, look. This is your water system. Why are you putting like an ad out here for the best thing that's ever happened for tooth decay?
They're trying to sell it to you.
What the heck?
This is why we do it. And they're selling it to you. Like, convincing you
All right,
why it's great.
Okay, so I read this stat earlier. Now, this is from their website. The American Waterworks Association advocates the addition of fluorine in public drinking water systems for these reasons. The maximum allowable fluoride level established by the Safe Drinking Water Act and the EPA is 4.0 ppm. Now, we read that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That was danger zone, right? That was toxic. I'm going to kill you.
No, they said 4 parts per million. That's 0.4.
What
right?
What did I say?
I think your first one was 4 parts per million.
It said
Scroll up. Come on. I'm pretty sure.
oh, it's right here. The lethal. Yeah,
Above,
a concentrated concentration that is above 4 ppm could be hazardous.
Yeah, so they're saying 0.4 parts per million is what they're putting in our water. But it stays.
Well, I'm reading right here. They're saying that they're agreeing with 4.0 ppm, while the recommended target for oral health is 0.7. They are saying don't go over 4 point. I'm right here on this
0.4.
No, right here.
Reel it back.
Yeah, but they are saying this is what they're putting in, Jason, right here.
Gotcha.
It passed by public referendum in 1965. So the public's in on this. Water One began putting fluoride in the water in 1967. And it is, see, here's where it tricked me right here. Because I was reading different. Fluoride is a natural occurring element in Kansas and Missouri rivers.
Yes.
So I looked that up and I'm like, well, that's not what they're putting in the water.
No, it's different. So the stuff that they're putting in the toothpaste is different from what they're putting in the water. The water is what's getting scrubbed out of that fertilizer company.
Yes.
They're dumping that into our water.
Right.
So the stuff that they're putting on topically to our teeth supposedly is a different type of fluoride that's naturally occurring. Obviously, it's still bad for you, but the stuff that they're, like I said, they're putting in the water is different. It's literally a pollutant, toxic waste.
Yeah, absolutely. What I didn't understand is because I was reading, of course, my notes here that where was my fluoride notes? Oh, a member of the halogen group of elements. It does not exist in nature on its own, but
That's
it's found
fluoride.
only in compounds,
Fluorine.
which is fluorides with other elements.
I think it's probably
So I
talking
started
about-
going down a rabbit hole trying to find out, it says fluoride is a natural occurring element in Kansas and Missouri rivers.
Yeah. I think it's talking about the difference between the stuff they're scrubbing out and the stuff that's naturally occurring.
Oh, the stuff that, okay.
Yeah, because
With a hazmat suit.
Yeah, the chemical. I mean, obviously, I'm not a scientist, but
Yeah, but I play one on TV.
Exactly. But yeah, the stuff that they're scrubbing out is different. It's a different type of fluoride. Since fluoride is naturally occurring, that's why it says, like with the breast milk thing, that there's fluorine or fluoride naturally in breast milk, but the stuff that they're getting in our
How's
water
that happen?
is 175 times more
Yeah.
than the stuff that's naturally occurring.
175 times. That's
And they're saying here that they maintain a minimum recommended target for oral health, which is 0.07 ppm. So according to this website,
that's minimum too.
From your local water system, all the things we do for water quality are strictly regulated and closely monitored.
yeah. I wonder where they're getting the fluoride. They're getting their fluoride. What company?
That's a good question.
Like, I wonder
Yeah.
if they would say where they're getting the.
That's a good. See, now that's investigative journalism right there, because we know about the sodium phosphate and the hydrochloric silic acid that they're dumping, but is everybody doing that, or is somebody just picking up a bucket of fluoride,
Right.
Yeah.
from Ace?
Yeah.
I don't know where are they buying it from China because it's cheap.
So am I reading that right? It says that that top point where you have highlighted, the 4.0, the amount of fluoride that they're putting into the water is just between 0.7 and 4.0, or does it specify how much fluoride they're putting in there?
Well, right here,
The maximum allowable fluoride.
this one here, they're saying this is what they're putting in.
Recommended.
They're making sure that
they're saying that they maintain the minimum recommended target. So they're putting more than 0.7, which is the minimum. It's not the maximum.
Okay.
And I think I'm reading up above that the maximum is 4.0.
Yeah, 4.0 could be dangerous.
It's a range between the two.
0.7 and 4.0.
Right. So
that's a big spread. That's a big spread.
Dude.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
What the heck?
It's like,
man?
hey, I'm more than 0.7, but I'm under 4.
So there's a guy standing next to a vat with a thing of fluoride, just going a little bit more. A little bit
I didn't mean my quota.
Yeah, he's like, we got a little bit more fluoride this week. Let's dump it.
We're a little flexible here. Yeah.
Anyway, that's from their website, Jason. So I hope you feel better.
I don't.
Okay.
Worse.
That doesn't make me feel better.
No, it makes me feel worse.
All right, so this is from fluoridealert.org website. So this is just some FAQs. We can go through these. Why is fluoride added to the water? I think we know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we determined?
Well, we determined from people that it is preventing tooth decay.
Yeah, which has been proven that it only works topically.
No, it says why is fluoride added to the water?
Well, it's to prevent tooth decay.
No. Why is it added to the water? Because these companies want to get rid of their waste.
Right, yeah, I got that.
That's why it's added to the water.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the non-official story, yeah.
It's a pollutant. They can't put it in the earth. We might as well drink it.
Right.
What makes fluoride different from other water treatment chemicals?
Ooh, I don't know. What does it say?
Well, it says according, let's say all water treatment chemicals, with the exception of fluoride, are added to make drinking water safe and pleasant to consume. Why are you putting chemicals on the water so it'd be safe and effective?
Oh, there's an interesting.
Isn't water natural?
It says fluoridating water supplies can thus fairly be described as a form of mass medication.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why most European countries have rejected the practice.
That's true. They were saying that. They didn't like to be medicated without their will. They were saying fluoride.
Not us Americans. We love it.
Oh, we just love to be spoon-fed.
Why do we need fluoride? That's the question.
I think we probably
no.
Flat out no.
What website is this?
It's,
Fluoride Alert?
Yeah, this is fluoridealert.org. It is well established that it's not an essential nutrient. Okay. Oh, we already read this, the countries. We already got that. Yeah. Does it occur naturally in water? Well, according to Water One, it does.
Says it does.
Let's see. A general rule, only fresh water with high levels of fluoride is water derived from deep wells. Rather than being something to celebrate, high levels of naturally occurring fluorides have wreaked havoc on tens of millions of people's health around the world.
And it says the only reason why rivers and other water systems is because they were polluted by industries.
Okay.
Yep. Bone disease, ulcers, reduced IQ, thyroid disease.
Well, how come this wasn't on Water One's website?
And infertility.
Because this is fake news. The company that's supplying them said,
hey, here's what we want you to put on the website.
That's crazy. Going back to population control, it says one of the byproducts is infertility.
Oh!
Bam.
And I'm sure it decreases testosterone.
Oh! Beta! Oh, that's it. Hold on, I gotta get some more.
So, I mean, that just makes sense.
It just, it just ties together.
Beta male.
There you go. I like that one.
A man is a male returned to man.
They're trying to make us gay, man.
They are. They're turning the frogs gay.
Turning the frogs.
What am I doing here? The best.
Okay.
That's
that was
crazy.
Fun.
I mean, there's a lot to that. I mean, it causes infertility. The stuff that they're putting in our water. I don't know if you guys ever looked into like a lot of the dyes and stuff that they're putting in drinks, like yellow 5 and red.
Oh yeah, those the list of ingredients on
same thing. Neurotoxin. Same thing. Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
All right. When we're done with this, I'm going to throw it to Joey. I do have the reason for all it, and it's going to tie into the depopulation.
Okay.
Where does fluoride added to the water come from? That's a great question, and I think we answered that.
We'll see what they say.
There it is. silica fluorides, hydrofluorosic acid.
There was
Pharmaceutical grade.
There's that long.
There
word
it is.
again.
Phosphate fertilizer industry.
I can tell you in my notes, I did not spell it that way.
What, hydrochloride?
No, hydrofluoric acid. I broke the word up into 3 sentences.
Hydrofluorosic acid.
But-
Yeah, that's where it is. So
Boom.
there you have it. Does fluoride reduce tooth decay?
Negative.
No. Oh, here's a nice little chart here.
Oh, they got a graph.
Yeah.
Look at
We'll
this
put
graph.
this up.
Look at this graph.
Let's see. Does fluoride need to be swallowed in order to prevent tooth decay? No,
No.
absolutely not. Why would you swallow it and think that did anything to your teeth?
Mm-mm.
Dumb. That's really dumb if you think about
Yeah.
what we're talking
Here's
about.
what I was saying: from direct topical contact with the teeth, not
Right.
From ingestion.
You're drinking water. It's
Like when I,
it's
put on
going straight
sunblock.
down to the stomach.
I don't put sunblock on my skin. I drink it.
Right.
That's how I do it.
That's going to help.
It's gonna help.
Right.
I mean,
You're not gonna-
how do you know unless you try it?
Exactly.
Well, what are the risks from swallowing fluoride?
Ooh, let's see.
Well, fluoride has been long known to be a toxic substance. This is why, like arsenic, fluoride has been used in pesticides, rodenticides to kill rats, insects, etc. It's also why the FDA now requires that all fluoride toothpaste sold in the U.S. carry a poison warning that instructs users to contact Poison Control Center if they swallow more than used for brushing.
Jeez.
Wow. What are they going to do? How are they going to get it out?
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's done.
Oh, here's
You're
a good
done.
question
You-
here.
what
It's
do you
what we're
induce
talking
vomiting?
about. How do I avoid fluoride from my tap water?
Ooh, boy.
Well, let's just go with this. If you live in a community that puts fluoride in the water supply, there's several options to avoid. Unfortunately, each of these options will cost money unless you happen to have access to a free source of spring water. And Joey mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
So here it is, spring water. Water filtration. Many water filters use an active carbon filter that does not remove fluoride. Water filters that do not remove fluoride include reverse osmosis,
Whoa, really?
deionizers that use ion exchange resin, and activated alumina. To learn more, click here.
So water
Wow.
filters that do remove fluoride.
do not.
No, it says do.
Oh, water filters that do.
Yeah,
Okay,
water-
you're right.
Yeah, they
reverse
do.
Osmosis,
Yeah, you're right.
deionizers.
And of course, like you mentioned earlier, water distilling.
Yeah.
Or
That's-
just beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just drink whiskey.
some whiskey.
Whiskey or wine, dude.
Let's see. How can I minimize fluoride to expose for myself and my family? What can I do? Well, y'all just go to this website. I'll put the link.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
like top 10 ways to reduce.
Everyone stay
There's
informed.
grocery store guide to avoid in beverages and food. And we have top 5 ways to reduce exposure from infant formula.
Dang. I feel bad for
My
kids.
child has which is dental decay. What can we do to fix it? The tooth discoloration that fluorosis causes can be reduced and sometimes eliminated through cosmetic treatment. Okay. You're talking about going to the dentist.
Yeah.
If our water supply does not contain fluoride, should we give our child fluoride supplements?
Absolutely not.
Why would we do that? Anyway, wow. Okay.
Hey, we don't have cocaine in our water supply. Should we give them? Is there another way?
What
we can
about
give them?
meth?
Right. We should give them some kind of
What
pill.
we were talking about earlier, there is a lot of that in our water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not,
What?
that stuff's not getting filtered out either.
Cocaine?
Drugs,
Yeah.
a lot of the pills,
Yeah.
that stuff's not getting filtered out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They don't unless the filter the filters that the plants have specific or high end filtration. Then
Mhm.
they won't. Just like the estrogen we were talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
Earlier.
gotcha,
Estrogens,
yeah.
depressants, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why there's a lot of it can be correlated to the water. It's just recirculating.
What's happened?
I don't know, man. It's obvious they're trying to dumb us down, make us depressed, turn us gay,
Yeah. It's true.
to depopulate, man. And then they're
Oh.
taking our food from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
right.
do you do? Can't even have a steak with the boys? It's
If all
gotta
this
be,
is true,
Dumb,
Let's-
hungry, and afraid.
right. Hey, wait. Isn't that a show?
I think so.
Oh, that's naked and afraid.
That's naked and afraid. What's the difference?
Well, both. Okay. Joey, do you have any more notes? Well, just look over your notes. Let's just comb through.
Let's do a quick scan, dude.
So basically,
oh, here you talked about the breast milk, huh?
There's nothing we can do about this. I mean,
distill. I think that's the best thing right there is buy distilled water for drinking.
Right.
I mean,
but
what about bathing though? I mean, you got to take a shower in this stuff.
Okay, here, listen to this. All right, these companies that they're selling the fluoride to
the phosphate fertilizer.
So those companies that are giving the phosphate, fluoride, whatever, to the local water supply plants, those companies that are, that's the waste from them, right?
Yeah.
What if those companies are actually the water bottle companies that are making the water bottles?
Wow, that's like the Lorax, man.
He's
selling air.
They're selling the water because they polluted the water.
Gotcha.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Just like the water filtration.
So that's why I'm interested. Who's behind that?
I want to know. Yeah, especially in this community.
Yeah.
I want to know where are they getting their fluorine from?
Did you know? Yeah, that's weird.
We got to do more research.
Is it a bag with China written on it, or is it a tub where somebody has a hazmat suit?
Doesn't Nestle sell water?
Yes.
That's weird.
Nestle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't they sell water?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Who is this? Oh, this is Members Mark. This is Sam's.
How's that?
China water.
Purified water. Where does this water come from? It tells you on the back.
Exactly. Hey, this is mineral enhanced for taste.
Oh, this is reverse osmosis. We're good.
Okay, so we're good.
We're good. We're
fluoride.
free.
The only problem is the bottles, the BPA.
That's true.
So now I feel kind of gay right now.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I always feel that way.
It would make sense for you to do that, to create a problem and then fix it.
Exactly. That's what I was saying about the filtration.
And it's a one big cycle.
It makes for good profits for the waters to continue to be bad. So you have to use my product and you have to buy my bottles.
And I'm selling my waste.
Right. I'm putting the
this
same.
This is a win-win situation for everybody.
I'm just slapping a label on here.
Yep.
I redact what I said about that being a dumb question. That's full circle right there.
Look, because you can put anything on here. Minerally enhanced, that does reverse osmosis. I don't know if you did that.
That's true.
I don't know the guy that actually reverse osmosed this water. He could be at the tap water, down at the filtration system.
I mean, I'm sure we can test
dumping
this
the
water.
waste.
We could get
that's a good question. Could you test and see if actually you can see where they're dumping the toxic waste in water? Would that be detectable in a test?
I don't know, maybe.
The phosphate from the fertilizer, you'd be able to detect it, right? I mean, we are scientists.
Yeah. Part-time scientist, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you looking at do you have any other
I
points?
don't. I think we hit on everything. We talked about the hypothyroidism.
The breast milk.
Yeah, so millions of women now deal with that. I think that's correlated to the fluoride. IQ drops, all that stuff. I think we got everything, bro.
Yeah. Hexafluoro. Is that where you spelled it right?
Yeah.
Hexafluorosilicic acid. You did. That makes more sense because I should have spelled mine that way.
Well, I mean, I was just typing it out as I was listening to something.
You can't dump in the oceans.
You can't do it.
Are you looking something up, Jason?
For a low price of $500,
what do you
can buy a portable meter kit that detects fluoride in your water.
I mean, dude, that'll almost be worth it,
dude. We already know it's there though from our
how much
our system our water system's website.
But if you see how much is going in,
is it over 4.0 ppm?
Right.
Yeah, parts per million. I don't know.
All right, so maybe we'll put that out to our listeners if y'all want to chime in. By the way, on our website, you can support us 99 cents a month.
Yeah.
$4 a month or $10 a month. It doesn't matter. You can do that. And if you want to pitch in a little extra to help us buy this machine,
Yeah.
Yeah, just pitch in.
We'll test. We'll test
We'll
the
test
water.
the water,
We'll go
and we'll get to the bottom of that. Okay, so here was my question after I wrote everything. I was like, what is going on here? And it took me back to the Georgia Guidestone's first directive. Quote, maintain humanity under 500 million. Or is that billion?
It's million.
Okay. In perpetual balance with nature. That's basically the Thanos way.
It is basically that.
Yeah.
He's saying, don't let nature and humans get out of balance. That was on the Georgia Guidestones.
Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced.
Wow.
Y'all know about the Georgia Guidestones. That was the commandments for the elites.
No, I
You don't know about this?
No.
You need to look that up.
I will.
Actually,
look it up.
somebody put some C4 to them. I think it was last year.
Put their feet over the fire.
They actually they put a bomb on it and blew it up.
Oh, I thought you were like saying a metaphor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it did really got blown up.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Somebody blew them up. They're gone.
Like physically, the building is gone.
No, it's not a building. It was like a Stonehenge type thing in Georgia that somebody put them there. You have to go look it up. It looks kind of Stonehenge-ish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the stone, they called them stone guides because they had somebody chiseled out in the granite directives of what to do.
Oh, wow.
And it was basically for elites. And the first directive was to maintain humanity under 500 million.
When was it made? Do you know?
Oh, long time ago.
Millions of years.
But no, it was recent. But somebody snuck in, put some C4 and blew them.
Smithereens.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Which was, I liked it because it was like these, you have to go back. You can still get pictures and read all the directives on the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah.
And it's basically an elite's playbook of what to do for the people that's under them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's the directive. That's all I can think of here with the fluoride, because the people that are at the top are probably making the decisions, even though they say, hey, the public voted for it.
Mm. I should have stayed drinking pop.
Wow.
Oh, you mean like soda?
Yeah.
Well, it had dye 5 in it.
Yeah.
And dye 7.
Red 40, yellow 5. Can't get away from it, man.
That's true. I do like
Xanthan gum,
Xanthan gum. All neurotoxins.
fructose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we got to the bottom of that.
Cream soda's so good, though.
I'm going to go with fluoride in the water is bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think so.
I don't even care if it's the non-waste stuff. That's bad enough. But I don't want you putting it in there against my will because it doesn't do anything to my teeth.
Well, it's already naturally occurring. There's no point to add it.
Right. I could just go swim in a stream and get it
Yeah.
if I wanted it. Why are you forcing this on me?
What do you do?
I don't know. Well, we know what to do. Distill our water
Go to Japan.
and bathe in beer.
Or go to Japan.
Or Japan and whiskey.
Bathe
Yeah,
in
all
beer,
the
drink your
countries.
whiskey.
All the countries that banned it. Japan and China is one of them. Won't be going there too soon, though. But the Netherlands, hey.
I'd go to Japan.
Yeah, Tokyo.
I do want to see where they dropped that bomb at.
Oh, Hiroshima.
I want to see
Nagasaki?
that green pool.
What?
Have you seen
It
that?
is green. It's
Is it
like,
really?
Yeah.
Supposedly, I don't know. I
That's
remember
bad.
seeing pictures as a kid. But
Oppenheimer.
That was a good movie.
Hey, make sure
Should go watch
you
it.
visit our website, www.bottomofthat.com. Check out our blog for all our show notes and resource material, which we went over today. From there, you can find us on all of our social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and the X. If you're listening on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute, and you like this episode, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're listening on any other podcasting platform, please follow and turn on notifications so you never miss when we publish an episode. Didn't miss that up. If you didn't like this episode, you can thank Joey because he's the one that made it bad for you. I thank you for listening this long. Tune in next week when you might hear Joey say,
drink your beer and bathe in whiskey.
Ooh.
absolutely.